All righty. Well, let's take a look here at the news. We're going to jump in right away with news of our own here, which is the Dice Tower Spring Spectacular. This is starting on March 22nd, going through March 25th, 4 days. All kinds of stuff's going to be happening. We'll be playing some games live there. Mike is going to be doing his top 50 solo games of all time. We'll have various games. We're going to do some new stuff that you haven't seen before. We're going to do games you have seen before, playing them together. And we'll do a live top 10 list. We'll announce more about that probably next week. And we'll have a schedule up next week so you can see all the stuff that's coming on. So hopefully you'll see, I don't know, there's like at least 25, 30 hours of content, hopefully, that you will all enjoy. And one of the things that we're going to be playing there was just announced yesterday. Come on, announcing Marvel United X-Men in the biggest, well, non-surprise ever, but Marvel United, which should be landing on our doorsteps the last week of March, considering, all the extra stuff for it.
Right.
So they're going into the X-Men, and we are playing that live during the Spring Spectacular. And can't tell you more about, there's something different about it, but we can't talk about what that's going to be. So you'll have to wait till then to see what it is exactly. But you can see that there's Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Juggernaut, and Magneto are in the game we'll be playing. And we know that Professor X is going to be in there. And it's sadly, I don't know who else will be in there because I don't think there's enough X-Men for them to fill 6,000 different stretch goals.
Number one, I did not receive the memo about the Spring Spectacular. Number two, I better be invited to the Spring Spectacular. Number three, I'm buying this just to get that Wolverine mini because that is cool. I love me some Wolverine.
I agree and appreciate your number three. All right. So that's I think that's Kickstarter. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this will do better than the first one.
Wow. I don't know.
X-Men are more popular than the Avengers, I think.
But people already know what the game's like, and they might lose some people that way. I don't know. I'm curious.
I am curious too. It also depends on how. I mean, it works out really well. If that stuff is landing in your box, you open it up, you're like, look at all this cool miniature stuff. Oh, it's online again? I think that might work. Who knows?
Yeah, if they get the timing just right on this, absolutely, it'll drive people with that frenzy of opening new things to go get more, yeah.
And yes, folks were asking, this was the box I did not show in the unboxing. All right, there's not a lot of other news here, but Bonacker wants to say something else about Come On.
Oh, yeah, if you don't mind. So, we talked very recently about Tom, you went and you looked at some of their financials. I believe that what you saw was the 2019, the finally audited 2019. The 2020, I do not believe are out yet, but they should be soon. But the bigger news in the whole thing is that Simon's stock has resumed trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So you can own a piece of a major publishing company. I am not recommending you do it. I'm neither not saying you shouldn't do it, but just letting you know that you can now go trade it.
I spent $10,000 on the stock on advice of my advisor, Mr. Bonacore.
No. I'm not a financial advisor, and if I was, I am not your financial advisor. Please take note of that. Thank you.
We know. I never listen to anything you say about my thing. All right.
Right there. We know that couldn't be true.
All righty. Let's go back to games here. Astral. This is from Renegade Games, a 2 to 5 minute game from Riddle and Pinchback.
2 to 5 players. Okay, it's not 2 to 5 minutes. It's 15 players, to 30 minutes.
Well, they did a short space themed game just in 2020. What was the name of that one?
You talking about Renegade or the designers?
Both. It was these two designers with Renegade.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Was it that Stellar game or?
I think that's what it was called. Stellar, yeah.
It's in the notes here, but I don't recall that game. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It was okay, I thought, but some people like it. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of okay with this. I think we might be. It does seem like we tend to pick themes and run those themes into the ground. So space, that's a really cool theme. But I'm going to suspect that the theming here doesn't really matter at all. But it might be great, and Beth Sobel does great art.
Yes. You know what's funny, though? This is Beth Sobel artwork. I see that now, and you just mentioned it. This cover, except for the 3D sort of, architecture there, really looks like the reprint of Fjords. Have you seen the reprint of Fjords? They've put the cover out there. It's coming to Kickstarter soon. The two covers side by side have almost the same landscape, which is strange to me. I don't know. I mean, I think it's her for both. I wonder if she painted one really long painting that had this landscape, and then was like, you get this piece and you get this piece.
Oh, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if people. I have read that that's how some things are done, like for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, right.
Well, a really big picture, then they zoom in to get different cards.
Yeah, maybe, man.
Magic the Gathering.
It's a lot of hard work. So.
Magic the Gathering card pieces don't need to be very big, as you can imagine.
No, but I think that's an interesting concept to do art like that, to draw one big picture, then zoom in to get different parts. I don't think it's ever been done for different games, but
yeah.
All right, the next one, Unmatched, which is a very popular game. Z likes it a lot.
I do.
They had a design contest, and the winners have been announced. So they're going to actually make these folks things into actual decks. So we have the Genie of the Lamp, Harry Houdini, Rosie the Riveter, and William Shakespeare. And I believe the first set coming out is going to be Harry Houdini versus the Genie of the Lamp, which I think is great theming anyway.
This is fantastic. I love hearing their I didn't even hear about this design contest, but that's fantastic. They're going ahead with publishing these. That's excellent.
Yeah, actually, not only that, they said that they would publish the top 4 winners. They said they got so many good entries that they will eventually be doing 8 more from this contest.
Oh, that's really cool.
Wow. Very
nice. I have never played this, so I really have to, since you're giving it such good big reviews, and since they're going and deeply supporting it, I have definitely got to get my hands on some of these decks.
Well, I forget this was really high in Z's top 100.
It was somewhere in the 20s, maybe. Yeah, it's a fun game. Bonacor, I think you would like it.
How fast is the game? How quickly?
Oh, half an hour. I mean, it's a quick.
Excellent. 2 players?
Yeah, Did you ever play Star Wars Epic Duels?
Oh, yeah. The one with the miniatures?
Yeah, this is a re-implementation of that game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, yeah. That was very good. Cool.
Okay, so Pandasaurus has gotten the rights, and it will be reprinting The Loop and Wild Space in English. The Loop, Mike did a little review of that here on our channel, of the solo version of it. And Wild Space, I don't know if we got that one, or did you do that one, Z?
Yeah, I reviewed that, Tom. And I got a positive review. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I quite like it. It's a very clever card game. Some nice combos in there. I'm very happy about this. And The Loop, I saw you guys played that live as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I think maybe we did. I'm having a hard time remembering. I know we played it. It's a game in which you go back in time, sort of. You're like making a loop where you can do things multiple times. You get extra actions on your turn, essentially, to stop an evil genius. I like the artwork of it a lot. It has that definite crazy scientist vibe that you're trying to stop.
Absolutely.
These are great pickups for Pandasaurs. I'm very happy to see these two get republished.
All right, and possibly the best named game in all existence. Whiz Kids is making a game called
Grease Lightning and Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning, fuel injected cup and a chrome barrel cobble. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the best name I've ever seen. Awesome.
Here's the problem. This game is going to be hampered by that name. for sure. It
No,
looks like
everyone's going to sing it. They're going to put it on a table. Everyone's going to start singing Greased Lightning. I love
I
it.
think some people will not buy the game based on the name.
I don't agree with that. This is great. I loved it. When I saw this, I was like, this is just brilliant.
So you really like this name?
Yeah, I do. No, I think it's funny. I think it's funny, and therefore it's going to get noticed.
Joke in a pitch meeting. If someone said, "Let's call it Grease Lightning," everyone would laugh. We'd all laugh. We'd be like, "All right, I like." Now, what's really the name?
Is it about grease? Yeah. And is there lightning in the game?
Great. There's no lightning. No.
I see lightning on the box right there. The lightning is hitting that ship. I guarantee.
It's a racing game. They were just being funny because you're trying to go quickly with your Greek ship. I mean, come on. It has nothing to do. If your game, because of your dumb pun title, makes me think of like a 60s musical and it has nothing to do with that, you failed in marketing.
I agree, because we'll be talking about the game. I'll say I played Grease Lightning the other day, and someone's going to think about Grease, the musical. Yeah. And then I'll explain, no, it's actually Grease Lightning. And then somebody will laugh, but not many people.
Oh, that's a cease and desist right there from Whiz Kids. Don't pick that up.
I give kudos to Whiz Kids, which means my buddy Zed and Catherine. I love her. She's wonderful. This is a great idea.
I didn't hear most of that, but I'm glad I didn't.
I was going to say the same thing. I don't know what he said, but who cares?
Oh, that's so nice. I said.
You broke up a little bit there.
Say what you said again.
Kudos to Whiz Kids, which means my buddy Zev, our buddy Zev, who is the board game guy there, and Kathleen Mercury, who is a wonderful, wonderful person and great designer. This is a great idea.
All right.
All righty. Again, I think the game might be fine. I'm just saying the name. The game looks good. All right. Then we have.
I'm buying it now. I'm going out right now and getting this game because I love the name so much.
Pirates. This is from a little small game from Igel Spiel. I'm not sure I'm sold on this name Pirates. Is that problem where they'll say, what was the name of that game again? And no one's going to spell it correctly, but it might, I don't know. It looks okay.
I thought there was a game already called this back in the day. Now I gotta look this up.
Now I don't know.
Is there a game called Pirates?
Oh, you're right. See, no, there's no game that's called that. But I just realized it is Pirates with the Z there.
Oh no, the one I'm thinking of.
Wrong.
The one I'm thinking of was a game called Sewer Pirates, and it was Pirates, but it had an S. At least they didn't put a Z in there. Nobody needs a Z. Okay.
This is like the news of tortured puns, right? Grease Lightning, pie rats. What's a rat game about rats?
Hate to tell you,
but I think it's cute.
But we're not done yet. All right, let's move to Small World: The Lost Tribes Crusade. All right. Solitaire rules for Small World. You can get these online and download it and play with the Lost Tribe. They're kind of like zombie tokens because they just keep coming back to the board. This is something that I don't have any interest in because I love Small World, but it doesn't feel like a game I want to play solitaire. But maybe a lot of people do. What do you think, Z?
I'm kind of over Small World at this point. Largely, this is a little too late to the party. I don't know. To me, like if this was ever going to be a thing, it should have been a thing 6 years ago. But or at the beginning of the pandemic, right? You see what I'm saying? Then they could have been like, hey, you're stuck at home alone. Here you go. So by either calculation, it's like 6 years late or a year late. That's what I think.
6 months late.
Oh, or 6 months late. Yeah. So I don't know, Tom. This is more of a question for maybe Mike DeLisio, who's a big solitaire player. I'm not excited about it, but then again, I don't think anything Small World any announcement that's Small World related would particularly be exciting now. So, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
I think Small World is still a fairly large seller. And you can't have enough content that will bring it down to solo. I mean, you can't have enough content out there for solo these days. So putting it out as a mini expansion, so it's going to be cheap, I'm sure. Good idea on their part. Looks very pretty. I'd like to see what it's going to do. Be interesting.
I do like this part where you can use these rules. It says in a 2-player game.
That's cool too.
To simulate AI attacking both of you.
Ooh.
That
That's really
sounds
cool.
good. I'm happy to do that. If it's a 2-player game in which I have to fight you and this crazy tribe that's attacking willy-nilly both of us, that sounds good to me. I would try that way.
Agree. Oh no. The ultimate in puns. Where'd Tom go?
I don't think it's the ultimate in puns here. This is Blockness.
That's awesome.
Oh no.
This is like Blue Orange Games and Eagle Games and Whiz Kids got together and said who could make the most tortured pun game, and they all did it. This might have to win. This is a good one, man. This is Blockness.
It's fine. I mean, this game actually looks really interesting to me. I like the idea of the 3D figures. Yep. The game looks fun. Yep. But yes, this is definitely the day for puns.
Yeah, it looks really pretty, really interesting. I don't know what the ages are in the game. Is it go down to like, I guess it's like 8 to adult, if not even lower. Fun family game, it looks like.
It looks pretty, that's for sure. It makes me think of an old Sid Saxon game or something, but with a cute theme, you know.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then finally here we have Zoom games, Zoom Barcelona and Zoom in Barcelona and Zoom in Kobe.
I made that exact mistake when I first read this because I was like, is Zoom sponsoring games now? Because like that would be so appropriate right now, but Zoom in as in like taking photos, I guess, right? That's the kind of thing I've never played. These are follow-ups to other ones, or no? These are brand new.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, no. Okay, so there was already a.
Well, Zoom in Barcelona came out in 2019. It was from a company called Cucafera Games, and I feel like it came through the Dice Tower at some point. It looks like a game that we might have seen, but I didn't play it.
Me neither. I don't recall this.
Someone on the Dice Tower must have played it.
These are getting picked up by another publisher or no?
But yeah, Blue Orange is now.
Oh, Brian Drake played it.
Okay.
And he gave the seal of approval, 7.5. So, all right.
Okay, so Blue Orange is picking up both of these. Okay. Nice.
Well, I like the concept of it. It sounds like a lot of fun. Alrighty, folks. Well, that's all the news we got for you today. I'm sure we'll have more next week. We're going to go on to some contributors and be back for a game show.